What's up, everybody? It's Alex. We're here at Pro Crops trying to fix the Deere. So I ran it earlier back in June, but I haven't been able to get it to start. Fresh battery, touched up the wires, all the contacts, still wasn't turning over. The starter sounded weak even with a fresh charge and a new battery. So I took the solenoid off, so that screw is loose, but the hard one to get is actually that guy right there. There's these 3 tubes right here, and you really can't get a wrench or a socket very clean back there, and you don't have clearance at the top of it. The actual casing of the starter there a few inches back, so it's real hard to get a socket in. This is what we're going to try and use. This is a universal bit. We're going to see if it works. Give it a shot here. I was on it. Try and hit it with some grease, I don't know. How the heck? Start her off. See what we can find out. Pain in the dick. I'm glad there's not a third bolt. So I had to come in with this little baby channel lock and then use our flathead to actually get leverage on it and pull it loose. It's gotta come up this way, huh? There's your bolt. Now I gotta figure out how it comes up. It's gotta slide out a little bit first. Washer we don't want to lose. Okay, so there's a I have to call it for the day, guys. I really just need another couple mils of clearance to pull it out, but it's hard stopping on this oil filter. So to get the starter off, you gotta pull off the crankshaft dipstick tube, do a oil change and pull off the oil filter. We'll probably just get a new oil filter as well. It needs one. Got Space Cadet Frankie here helping us out. We're about to drain the oil here on the crankcase. See if this wrench is big enough. No, it's not. We're gonna need that pipe wrench. You wanna hold the camera for me? Starting just couldn't come. We have no idea what we're doing. That I'm pointing at is preventing the starter from coming off. So we're draining the oil to take that oil filter off. Let's see. Right, tighter, let's see. We're gonna let it drain all night.
Yeah.
Because we haven't been running it especially. Here's our starter. Finally got it off the tractor. That was a pain in the butt.
Had to remove 4 other things just to get it off. This is solenoid. Video is mostly for me, but maybe a few other people will find it interesting. I need to remember how to put this thing back together. So the spring and this nut and washer go with the solenoid. I'll hold off on that guy right now. All right. Okay. It used to be a 10 now. Now it's probably like a 9.5. I think the starter has been taken apart before. Wow. Not as well threaded. There's a lot of gunk in there, so I can already tell just with that dust. Let's see. Let's see, this is loose right there. And I see a nut right there to tighten it. I'm wondering if this was really just our only issue. Poor contact here on the solenoid through this copper. I did have it bent a little, just being a Dumas, but it's just a piece of copper. You know what? I did not bend it that much. That looks like it's supposed to have a little bend to it. If not, take it out and see. I don't know. Maybe not. Copper looks good. I don't feel like we need to buy a new one. Yeah, she needs a cleaning. The cleaning. Got her all cleaned up. When I pulled it apart, some of these contacts and screws were loose, corroded, grimy, dirty. So after we opened it up, we were able to tighten this hex right here, have it nice and secure. Everything's all cleaned up. Thought about taking the magnets out, but I decided to just clean them up real good. Some insulation I'll probably trim up a little bit. Everything came out nice. All the nuts and bolts soak in a WD-40. Ready to put her back together. Just greased up the inside here and put this one screw on. So it appears to be working. This guy has a washer, fits over this inside. Keep this inside seal. Out. So it's Friday, the week after I pulled this off. Last weekend, I didn't have it cleaned up in time. I was working on the A-frame. But I think once we get this put together, we might try and go start the tractor. Oh, that reminds me. Let's charge the battery. I was charging it, but we're gonna give it a fresh boost. All right, we're back. All right, we're back at the tractor. Starter's put together. We're gonna clean it up a little bit before we put the starter back on. There's the oil filter. There's the hole for the crankshaft dipstick. And we also gotta refill the oil. First thing we're gonna do, put the cap back on. Maybe we'll be able to get this guy started today. Got the spotlight in up here. We're pros now. There's the solenoid hooked back up. Before we put oil in it, we're gonna put the starter back on. Hook all the connections back up and then put the new oil filter on. Lodged a flathead in there to keep some pressure. The thing is heavy, probably 30 pounds plus. And with that leverage, it holds it upright enough for us to seat that guy in. And then you can't hardly get it out. So that's just loosely screwed in. Have to come in by hand.
Another tool to finish it. We're gonna seat this guy in underneath. All right, the starter's in. Put that crankshaft dipstick on next here. Let's see, there she is. New oil filter. There it is, all hooked back up. There's a lot going on there. It's hard to get a good camera angle while I'm working, but I'm pretty pleased with how she looks. Everything's nice and tight. We're gonna put the battery on. It's starting to look dark in here, but still got a few minutes of light outside. We're gonna toss the battery in and see what we got. If this doesn't work, I think we gotta replace the solenoid. Everything's hooked up there on the starter. We're gonna give it a shot. Pulled the starter off, cleaned it up. Gave her an oil change, new oil filter. Cleaned all the contacts. It's been 3 weeks since we've tried this. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Never heard this thing run so good. We're gonna make a platform and get this thing out of here. As you can see, we're fixing the barns up. So, I don't want the weight of this in here anymore. All right, everybody. Here's our cold start. It's Sunday, haven't started it since Friday. See if she starts. First try, baby. Just wanted to do a follow-up video here. We're doing some winterizing at the farm, making sure the tractor is nice and ready for the off-season. It's raining and the carport's staying nice and dry, so that's awesome. No leaks. If you guys enjoyed the tractor video, please like and subscribe. We'll be putting out a new video real soon about the A-frame build that we're doing. That's currently tarped up. Hopefully we have a chance to work on that this weekend. Raising the end walls and putting up the roof. Lots of progress here.